I'm going crazy, sitting on that train, and I don't think I'm ever coming home. Don't think I'm lazy, don't think I'm strange. I do think I'm really just losing it all. 'Cause I'm going crazy. Yes, I'm going crazy.
Hey, everybody, and a happy Friday to you, and a happy weekend ahead. Look at you. You made it through the week, and here we are to celebrate night one of 2 nights. If you didn't know, 2 nights of, I'm getting a little too detailed here. It's the friggin' weekend. And how is everybody? How are you guys doing? Fantastic here. You know, I've been saying that all week, and I'm okay. I should just say I'm okay. I did that on the radio the other day. I was talking to people, a couple guests, and how are you, Ray? I'm excellent. Well, I was okay that morning. And right now, I'll tell you, I was okay. I had a fantastic day. Everything went smoothly. And then I came home for dinner, and I was just going to have 2 pieces of kielbasa. I love kielbasa. I love the processed meats. I do. But I made the whole thing because I'm like, well, I'll just eat it later. So I had my 2 pieces, and then there's the kielbasa just sitting there in the pan, all lonely. Like, don't put me in the fridge. No, I'm still warm. So I had the whole thing. So my tummy is a little unsettled at the moment. And I figured, you know, what best way to settle that tummy full of kielbasa than with a little bit of whiskey, right? We celebrated St. Patrick's Day this week, and I did drink Jameson on St. Patrick's Day. It's usually beer, but as you guys know, I'm on a dumb keto diet, which is fine. I don't mind it, but I got to put down the beer for a bit. But whiskey's okay. And I found a keto recipe, which is whiskey, strawberry, whiskey. That can't be right. Whiskey, strawberry, lemonade smash. That's what it's called. Before we get to this recipe, and then I hope you guys are all set. Your glass is full. We'll toast in a second. What's up, Joy? How are you? It is Friday. Happy Friday. Andrew, good evening, kind sir. I'm drinking whiskey. I've got the Jefferson, and I love small batches, and I love this Jefferson's bottle even more because it's a very small batch. It's not just a small batch; it's a very small batch. Bill, what's happening, Bill? Let's see. Joy, so glad you caught. Oh yeah, thank you for coming out. Or watching rather, because I know you're not in the area, but that was really a fun night. It was nice just to get out and play, and we don't have another show until June, and we were outside the tent. Hey, Amy. But it was just nice to get out and play. We've missed it. It's been quite some time. We were playing at the end of the summer at Peppercini's when it was getting cold. And it was nice out on Wednesday. Thank God. All right, let's do this. So it's very basic. You just need whiskey, and you need some strawberries. You need some ice. I'm going to try not to stir my drink too much tonight. I guess that was an issue last week with the mic and the processing. You're going to need some simple simple syrup, which I have a keto simple syrup, kind of crazy. It's sugar-free sugar, and some lemon juice right out of that's a fresh lemon right there. It's beautiful. You just squeeze it right out, and I should hold it like that. Looks like a fresh lemon. Okay, here we go. You're going to throw in your mixer some ice. And nope, I don't want to do that yet because I want to throw in my strawberries. 2 sliced strawberries. You want to slice them up nice and neat and toss those into your mixer because we're going to be muddling this, and you don't want to have to muddle with ice. Ice gets in the way of muddling. It's an old bartender thing. I am going to put 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. I mean, freshly squeezed would be better than this. But you know what? In a pinch, this is the stuff. And then I'm going to put an ounce of my simple syrup, which is basically just sugar water. And then keto. So far, so good here. Now I'm going to muddle this baby up, just like you would with a good old-fashioned. You want to release the essence of the strawberry. I think that's the key with the muddling. You don't want to muddle too much. So I'm going to slow down just a bit. Okay, here we go. That's pretty muddled. Good. I'll throw that here. Now you're going to throw your ice in. And you're going to put in your 2 ounces of whiskey. I really do enjoy whiskey. And this was a birthday present. Normally, I'm not that fancy with my whiskey, but Jefferson is very, very smooth. It's a blend of many bourbons. There's that. Oh, I can already smell it. This is going to be good. Shake this baby up. Don't forget to smile. Ooh, it feels good. Normally you'd pour it over ice, but I'm just going to throw the whole concoction. No, I better strain it because it has chunks of strawberries. Chunks of anything's not going to settle with the kielbasa. All right, here we go. Hey, Jay. Jay's in the queue as well. All right, there's that. And here is the pour. It's not bad. And there is your whiskey strawberry lemonade smash. I forgot the mint. I might have to put this on. No, I'll just let it go. But cheers, everybody. Here's to Friday night. Thank you for tuning into the show. We got my good friend Dean joining us from, he does so much, a very talented artist. And he does the podcast with me and Jay and the rest of the Rubber Chicken comic crew on Sunday nights, rather, at 7 o'clock. And hold on, let me taste it. Oh, that's nice. That's refreshing. It was cold out today, but that feels like 80 degrees in my mouth. All right, let's bring in my first guest. Very excited to talk to this guy for a second time, first time on the radio, and now for our little show here. Ladies and gentlemen, Keith Coogan. Mr. Coogan. There he is. Keith, are you there? Hi, Keith. We'll bring Keith out. I know oh, there he was. Hold on. There you are. You got me? You're a little,
hey, Ray,
little slow.
My Wi-Fi decided to crap out the moment you introduced me.
Oh, really? Well, take your time. I can chat with the fans watching. Candace,
the moment you introduced me, my whole internet just went crazy. So
of course it did. You want to log out, log back in?
My wife gave me this shirt, and I felt embarrassed to ever wear it.
I love it. You are an icon. I mean, let's be honest. You are an icon. Okay. There you go. And we lost. I offended him with the icon comment. I'm so sorry. Let's bring in Jay, who's always joining me nice and early. Hey, Jay.
Hey.
I just lost Keith.
No.
Yeah, I did. But he'll jump back on.
Okay. So 2 babysitters. I'm good.
Yeah. Well, one hot one, one dead one.
Yes, one really old one.
Yeah.
I mean, nice old lady. She died of natural causes. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
I feel like I have Keith Coogan hair from Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. I feel like I'm
a little grayer.
Well,
just a little.
Oh, a lot.
I mean,
grayer.
Jay, the older you get, it's getting closer to Doc Brown here than it is Keith Coogan here.
Yes, and I'm very proud of my Doc Brown hair.
That's
Marty!
okay. That's right. Ooh, what are you drinking tonight, Marty?
But it's funny because you keep pulling me in, and I haven't grabbed my booze yet, so this is just my water. Or is it straight vodka?
Could be. Or it could be. All right, I got to let you go. Keith is back.
Bye.
Yeah, I'll check in with you in a little bit. You stay safe there, wherever you are. Be careful.
Okay.
Don't lean back too far. There he is. Is it working now, Keith? Keith, you there? Got the smile. Do you see me? Can you see me? No, I keep losing. This it can't be me, right? Maybe it is. Maybe it's my computer. We had this problem last week. So excited to talk to Keith too. Well, at least we see pictures of him. That's right, man. Dishes are done. I don't think he's ever heard that. Save that, Rob, because I'm going to throw that at him and see his reaction. Let's see. Yes, we all love Jay Pillarella, don't we? What's up, Kev? How are you? So that is my my drink for tonight. Again, you need 2 ounces of whiskey, you need lemon juice, you need simple syrup, and it's just under an ounce of lemon juice and an ounce of simple syrup, and you mash all that together, throw the ice in, throw the whiskey in, shake it, and you're good.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I can hear him.
Okay, I'm back.
You are. I don't see you. Oh, there you are. How are you? This is almost as entertaining as just talking to you. There you go.
Sure. How are you? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, sir. How are you?
We got to say balls, but good. Balls on the guy that played in the first Can You Hear Me Now commercials for switching phone companies and going with the other phone company and doing. And then balls on Justin Long for doing the same and switching over to Windows.
So you mentioned Justin Long. Have you watched the new Justice League yet? The Zack Snyder cut?
Yes, I watched the 4-hour Snyder cut, which is actually a movie. Better score, better editing, better performances, better writing.
But don't you think
stories for all of the characters involved?
Don't you think the guy that played Flash
Justice League Snyder cut is transcendent, and I like that he cut it into 6 chapters or 5 or 6 chapters?
Yeah, 5 or 6 of them, and then the epilogue.
Say that again.
I thought it was amazing. But the guy that played Flash, couldn't you see Justin Long playing him? If it was 20 years ago?
Maybe, but I feel that is there. Can you hear me okay?
I got you. I have you. I'm holding you. I'm caressing. I got you.
Okay.
What are you drinking tonight?
I am drinking. Oh, what are we drinking, honey? Well, first of all, my wife.
Yeah, say hi to Pinky for me, please.
Kristen. Ray says hi, Pinky. You okay? Lost my wife. Hold on.
Oh.
You all right?
Something's developing here. Okay? This could be huge news for TMZ. And I got the scoop. Jesus Christ, could you imagine if something did happen, Jay? I see Jay down in the queue.
So, I'm back.
He's back. There you go. She good?
Hi, Ray.
Hi.
She's way in the back around we have a compound here, so it's hard to find her. Wait, hold on. She's coming on.
Pinky, hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I just made my national debut, TV debut on a game show. So
you did not. What game show?
You did minutes ago.
People Puzzler on the Game Show Network.
Oh, that's so much fun. What did you do? Were you a contestant? Yeah. Look at that, Jack Fire.
I was a contestant, and I was fantastic. Great.
That's awesome. So I have you here. Hold on one sec, Pinky. Stay right there because I wanted to talk about this at some point. I love the two of you, and I love the fact that you guys are, I don't know, celebrity hounds. Is that what you would call you guys? Where you're constantly getting photos from all these amazing people. Look at that.
I'm a fangirl.
Fangirl.
I'm a fangirl. That's it. That's all. I'm just a fangirl that likes pics.
Well, it's funny because you married a guy who probably is getting a lot.
But I wasn't his fan.
That's true. And I'm a fanboy who started acting, but then was.
Now, you guys do a lot of, Keith, you must be doing a lot of conventions. So you're around a lot of these people.
Don't know.
Getting what? It broke up.
Repeat that,
look,
broke up.
Broke up. You do a lot of conventions. And I would imagine that while you're sitting at the table taking pictures with other people, your wife is out there taking pictures with other celebrities. Is that how it works? Hello?
Sometimes, yes. He doesn't care for that.
No, actually, all the time. At every autograph convention we go to, there is somebody that I'm dying for. And she doesn't understand it, hasn't seen American Graffiti. She doesn't understand why I'm obsessed with the Academy Award winning actress from American Graffiti. And so I get it. I get being a fangirl.
That girl flirted with you so hard.
She did.
That was gross.
Oh, and then she tried to sell the head of the other gang
terrible.
member. Is that I'm a fanboy, so I'll get to, I'm lucky enough to get to work with people that I'm really big fan of. But at autograph conventions, I'll go nuts over like a singular person.
And I'll go nuts over all of them. But what I think is funny is like when I met his friends, I had pictures with most of them already, either like at a premiere or an event, or I paid for them for a show. And I'm like, yeah, we already have pictures together. Like, they don't know that, but I do. I know how much I paid for them.
Keith, who's the one friend, acting friend that you have that you got so annoyed that she went and got a picture with him? Oh, who annoyed you the most with the photos with Pinky? Like a friend of yours, Sean Astin. Was that like no?
An acting friend that was so annoyed. Ricky Schroeder.
Really? Okay, random.
Well, okay. I don't think anybody's annoyed. No, I can't say anybody's been annoyed by.
No. Hold on. Hold on. I meant you being annoyed that she was out there getting the pictures.
Thousands of people all the time, and
Never mind. Look at this guy. Look at that guy. Oh, look at him.
Constantly get ego problems and jealousy at any event where all of a sudden I'm not important and the third lead from some movie from the 90s is all of a sudden really important right now.
Okay, for the record, he's always important, but this isn't a new hobby. He shouldn't be surprised.
No, I'm not.
Right.
I have to kind of.
He gets all butthurt, and there's nothing for reason for that.
No,
I come home to.
Been there. Yeah. Oh, that's a nice photo.
All right. No, I do. I just get hurt that well, also I suffer from not on the list syndrome. So they'll be like, oh, it's an event for Keith. So they don't even put me on the list. So I'll approach and they'll be like, you're not on the list. I'm like, I'm here.
They'll be like, Pinky, come on, just kidding.
That's not funny, actually. That happened. I go to meet my friend who is Tom Hanks' stand-in for 20 movies. And he's having lunch at the Disney lot. And he's having lunch with a famous director and producer and developing something. And he goes, come on over. We're going to be at the Disney commissary. And just come on over. Your name's on the list. So I drive over to the studio. And my name's on the list. Who are you meeting? I mention my friend. And they go, no, that's not. And I mentioned the director, producer, the other huge names. But nothing. So I reach into my wallet. I'm like looking for my ID because they need ID and everything. And my ID doesn't even match my stage name. So that's how screwed up it is. And my wife works for WED, Imagineering and attractions and effects for the parks. And as my wallet's open to get my ID, the guard spots my blue spouse pass because I'm married to this one. And he goes, is that a spouse pass? And I go, yeah. And he goes, oh, park right over there by the Porsches. So I didn't even have to go to the parking structure. I parked right in front of the commissary. I'm like, literally Lamborghini, Porsche, Nissan Sentra, and then another Lamborghini. And it's because of this one right here.
Oh,
who would have known, because I did Fox and the Hound and Spooner and Adventures in Babysitting, in the Army now, all for Disney. Something else I'm forgetting. Oh, Gunshy, Apple Dumpling Gang, the series of the Apple Dumpling Gang for Disney, shot on Disney, which is now a parking lot.
Oh, don't get him started. Don't get him started.
Zorro
it's
parking
go into
lot.
Walton's house. You don't want to know how deep this.
So anyway, my wife has far more clout than me, and she did have her television debut with People Puzzler today on Game Show Network. You can watch it, episode 45.
Happy Dance.
Happy Dance.
Because of all my dancing.
Well, first, arms in the air, victory for every Happy Dance. Move. And I saw you genuinely crack Leah Rumini up. And I know you confronted her on the whole diagnosis of murder that I worked with her on diagnosis of murder when the cameras were down. But while it's on, you did something, and she just saw her beaming. So anyway, back to you, Ray.
It was a great story. Loved it. Tell me who this guy is. Who's that guy? Look at that guy. No? Can you see the pictures I'm posting? Can you see that?
Who is it?
That guy.
Oh, wait. I am seeing a young Keith Coogan on Fantasy Island.
That was Fantasy Island,
Eagle Man with Bob Denver
nice.
and Larry Storch. And I'm really butthurt because I don't remember where I was butthurt. I was in love with, not in love with, but I fixated on Eagle Man comic books.
I know.
And Bob Denver, my dad, Gilligan, wanted to get in touch with me a little better. And so his fantasy on Fantasy Island was to become Eagle Man. And I actually got to sit there on a pool on the Warner Brothers backlot, which was the pool was in the last Twilight Zone episode where the kids swim down into Grandma's house. And that pool was also in Bewitched. And I got to work with a Blade Runner cast member who was just like a goon coming at him. And then, Bob Denver turned into Eagle Man. And also Larry Storch was on that episode, and I forget his name, but Thurston Howell was on that episode. So that was an
You had two members of Gilligan's Island.
Two members of Gilligan's and a member.
You didn't get a group shot with them. What is wrong with you?
I'm on film with them. Why do I need a group shot?
At the same time?
No.
Nah.
No.
Different
anyway,
storyline.
So that's that picture.
You lose.
Yeah.
I'm about. I don't know what year was that.
Oh, 79, 82.
Good guess. Actually, probably right.
Look at that guy. You got to work with him too.
What?
Oh, we're about 10 seconds behind.
He says.
It's close.
You're very good. That's on the Super Train days. I was in a television series called Super Train. Really bankrupted NBC. Anyway, moving on.
Anyway, moving on to this guy.
Ray? How are you?
I'm good. Me?
Roy, is it Ray?
No, Ray. Did you have a job pre-pandemic? Did you get furloughed or lose it? What?
I was very lucky. I work in radio. Can you hear me? I work in radio. So I was able to keep my job.
Ray Auger?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been doing the radio thing since. So I've been good. Yeah, and then this little thing on Friday nights. Who are these guys? Look at that. Still young. Big movie.
Great.
Huge movie.
Nice radio voice. I like it.
He does have a nice radio voice.
Oh,
I like it.
Thank you. I don't know if the pictures are coming through. Can you see the babysitter pictures? You got that? Can you see that? No.
Sorry, say that again, Ray. You broke.
That's okay. I was just wondering if you saw the photo. I have a whole bunch of photos. I just have to show them. I'm just going to show them to the crowd. There's you. There's Christina Applegate.
Came up.
Oh, there you go. That one.
Do I need to hit chat? Ooh, is that better? Chat.
Oh. Can you see that? That's a fun picture. I'd love to hear the story behind that. Oh, you got it?
I am seeing Elizabeth Shue and Anthony Rapp right there, which was a trip to New York.
The coats. Yeah, the coat's on.
Okay, so that's a trip to New York. We were still shooting Adventures in Babysitting, but back then there was a thing called print press, which had a 6-month lead time, and it's February, and this movie's releasing July 4th. So we did press before we'd finished shooting the movie.
Did it release July 4th?
It was around that weekend, and July 2nd, July 6th. It depends on which Rotten Tomatoes or Box Office Mojo stat you look at. So we did 2 months in Toronto, January and February of '87. And on our way to Chicago, we did press in New York and took pictures at Serendipity, which was a ice cream shop. We did that picture you saw with us with our crew jackets. Those are our Adventures of Babysitting crew jackets. There you go. And Lisa, they brought her camel hair coat. They did not bring her Doctor Who scarf, which kind of disappoints me because I think that's part of the babysitter character is the rainbow colored Doctor Who scarf. the pink witchy boots and the camel hair coat with a gold brooch. That is the babysitter cosplay outfit. And of course, blonde hair with little waves at the end. So that picture was taken in late February of '87. And we still had 2 weeks to shoot in Chicago and another week in LA for special effects. So we still had 3 weeks of shooting before when that picture was taken.
All right. It really is a throwback movie for me. You probably talk to people and people say that was my favorite movie, one of my favorite movies, but it truly is a flashback that I will watch every 6, 7, 8 months. And I introduced it to my kids as well. I introduced that movie to my children who really enjoyed it. Let's go to another picture. How about that?
Yes.
What's happening there?
How old were they?
Was he 12?
12 and 9.
That guy is young.
Okay, so I was fooled. I was fooled into thinking this was an actual Muppet, but still, this is my first encounter. Subsequently I had an encounter with Groucho. A Grouch.
That is at a convention.
Oscar the Grouch. And other Muppets and Kermit. But at that time was the first time I talked to a Muppet with someone who was pretty skilled. It was an interviewer who does a Muppet. They're not with Sesame Street or Muppets.
Right? No, that was in Long Beach.
That was in Long Beach Comic-Con. And so I was actually really excited to talk to a Muppet. And so much so when they asked me what's the most exciting thing you've done, and I'm like, talk to you right now. My wife goes, really? Not marrying me? So that's the interviewer that is a Muppet. Well, and I'm telling you, every actor and major rock star and musician and ballet star that has worked on the Muppet Show or worked with the Muppets says that they embody it so well that you treat that like it's a real person. And I did during that interview. So if you see that interview online, I am just thrilled to talk to an actual Muppet, because that was part of why I started acting, was watching Sesame Street and seeing kids on Sesame Street and going, I want to do that.
Yeah.
You want the last shot?
Yes.
I'll wait.
You want to show it? Because this is what we just downed. What happened to him? Where'd he go?
No, I'm here. I'm just waiting for you to do your shot.
Where did he go?
I don't know. You're there, Ray?
I'm here. Can you see me? Hello. Hi. Here you go. Cheers.
So this is what we are. This is what we're drinking tonight. This is the last shot of our Jack Daniel's Spice Tennessee Fire.
Oh yeah. Yes.
I mean, I know this is Fireball before. I think this is a little mellower than Fireball. So if you're a fan of Jack Daniel's, I recommend Daniel's Tennessee Fire. It's not as crazy as Fireball, but just delicious. So salute. Nastrovia. Zasuiti.
Yes. Slancha.
All
right, Keith.
I'm Irish, so alcohol is water.
Recently, you were in the new Kevin Smith reboot, Jay and Silent Bob. How did that happen? How did that come about? Yeah. How did that come about?
Wife.
Yeah. What'd you do? Can you hear me?
So I had done some 80s movies and TV work.
Just a little bit.
And my so Pinky, can you hear me, Ray?
I got you. Yeah. Yeah.
So Pinky was at the star ceremony for George Segal, who was, currently on the Goldbergs, plays Pop at the Goldbergs, and Kevin Smith was speaking at the star ceremony for George Segal. There's a picture of Jay Muse and Kevin Smith and Pinky and Keith Coogan right there at the herbarium where Jay and Kevin, Jay and Silent Bob, were selling weed. So yeah, which is legal in California to buy it. at an approved dispensary. So we bought weed just for the selfie, opportunity, right, honey?
Sure.
We bought the weed just for the selfie, right? Okay. So they're awesome. They're just amazing. So yeah, that was after we'd shot the film, and they were just
Oh, the delicious weed, yeah.
the herbarium. And when we got the photo op, they just showed the picture of us. Hold on, here comes Pinky. Show that picture again if you can.
Wait. I need to show this.
Look, honey.
Hold on. What picture did he show?
He showed the picture, the selfie we took at Herbarium with Kevin and Jay.
Yeah, but did you see this?
Hold on. Yes. So while we were there, we had this sign. We're total whores, but also Kevin and Jay are totally down. They know how to be good.
Let me show you. It says, "I love you so much," and then Millie says that to everyone. But can I just say that it made our heart happy?
He put Keith in a movie. He put you in a movie.
Look at that.
He did love you.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah. And look, snooch to the nooch, right there.
Snooch to the nooch.
Got a really good snooch to the nooch, and it makes me so happy because, yes, I do.
Did you tell him we got to go to his house?
No, I didn't tell him we got to go. Do you want to hear the story when we got to go to Kevin Smith's house?
Please, I would love to hear that. Did you? Wow.
Kind of freaking out.
And I got to go to the restroom that Ben Affleck used to own that house. So. Huh?
Wow. There's a picture of you with Ben Affleck right there. Was that the same night?
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
This guy does research.
Isn't that the greatest photo in the history of photos? Like, seriously?
I'm jealous of that photo.
Notch.
That's
it was
smoking Ben.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, look.
Those guys.
This is also...
There you go.
Did you see? Oh, yeah, I
is that
spread
the
it out.
on your credit card or no?
It is no. I was gonna show that they were all taken the same night except for John, but no, he picked a different one, which is good because that's the day I got my tattoo signature on my leg.
Yes.
So Nick signed my leg the first in that picture in the foursome.
But he didn't sign.
But he didn't sign Rhodes. He only signed Nick, and I didn't know because
he goes, I don't want people getting.
No, he didn't say anything. But
I gotta. You talk.
But everyone was like, I didn't know because like in a crowd of people, so it's not like I'm paying attention to what he's writing, you know. So it wasn't until later, and I was like, he only wrote Nick, and then I looked like a psycho because my ex-boyfriend's name was Nick, and I'm like, now I look like I just got my ex-boyfriend's name on my leg, like a freaking psychopath, right? And I had it. So here's the thing: like he had signed a photo op of us, so like I took that to because I went right from seeing him to the tattoo parlor so they could tattoo his signature because he signed my leg, but just wrote Nick. So they tattooed the Nick, and then he's like, I can pull the Rhodes off the signature because he had signed one of our selfies, and I was like, it's just not authentic, you know? Like I wanted like his. I don't know if that sounds stupid, but I wanted his signature on my leg. Like I know it's still his signature, but I want it. I don't know if that makes any sense. I just like.
I get it.
About,
totally.
Like,
it does. See, Keith said it does.
Or any guy that got a Nick Rhodes and then got the tattoo. They should use it.
I've seen other people with the Nick. That's the thing. I've seen another girl with the Nick on her shoulder, and I was like, "You have the same tattoo." But so like 5 years later, after I got the original Nick, I saw him again, which was the most amazing story. Like I was scoping like Instagram, and it started showing all these Duran Duran pictures at Warner Brothers, and I'm like, "Hey, isn't Warner Brothers like down the street?" And he's like, "Yes." And 5 seconds later, I was out the door.
The actual story is, I'm sitting there in the living room, and Kristen comes in, and she goes, "How far away is Warner Brothers?" I go, "It's right there. It's like, 8 minutes. You could make it down the street." And poof, it's 9 o'clock at night. She's out the door. She
wasn't 9. It was like 6.
Poof of smoke. Poof, like a cartoon.
Yeah.
She's gone. She shows up a few hours later with a full tattoo of the Nick Rhodes on her freaking cap.
I went there with some like paraphernalia I had for Nick to sign. Should I ever see him? And here's what it's okay. So here's what tortures me, and you can tell me your opinion here, okay?
Okay.
So I'm waiting. I'm the only fan that figures out that they're at this Warner Brothers. I go there. They're right there. You can see them in glass. Like, there's my Duran Duran I've loved for 30 years. Like, I'm dying. And I'm like, you can only come out from the front door or the side. So I'm going to kind of wait, like, in between. And then I saw some other girls waiting by the side. So I was like, I'm going to wait over there, you know, because I don't know.
Didn't you meet some Durrani friends?
Yeah, they were like Durrani friends, but they also worked for the record company. So I'm like talking, whatever. And I see a flash of white. I see Nick's hair. And I start booking it. And I'm like, Nick! Like a crazy person. Nick!
As you would.
The whole band gets in a van and Nick waits for me because
Aww.
God bless him. And I have him sign my 2 pieces. I have him take a selfie, and I have him finish my leg. And he looks at me,
nice.
and I'm like, look, I already have the tattoo. You might as well just finish it. Like, I already did it.
Right.
You got to just do it. So he does.
I love it.
He's not happy about it. We take the picture. He doesn't look that thrilled. I don't care. My point is that, like, the whole band at this point is in this van except for Nick, who is out with me. I have loved this band like my whole life. And my whole bucket list, like, all I want in life is a picture with the whole band. Like, me and the band. That's all I want. I have all of them separately, but I would like them all together. So whatever. It's never going to happen. I realize this. But I get the picture with Nick, and I'm like, the rest of the band is in the van. Like, I could just ask them, like, tell them, like, I've been a fan of yours since I was like 12 years old. Like, can you just get out of the van, like, take a group shot with me? And I didn't ask because I'm not that insane.
You can't make someone get back out of a car.
I know. And I've talked to the people who are like, they wouldn't have gotten out anyway. It's good you didn't ask. Like, it wasn't going to happen. But, like, I have this huge regret that I never asked. Maybe they would have. I mean, maybe they wouldn't. But
to this day, you don't have a
it could still happen.
I don't have a group shot. I'm never going to have a group shot, and I understand that.
You could. Absolutely could. They're still doing their thing. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they could have shot me down. But what if it was a terrible rejection and then
it's absolutely someday. Oh, you look so sad, Pinky.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay. I have all of them separately, and I accept it. It's okay.
All right, guys. It was so Pinky. It was so nice to see you. I followed you on
tattoo, and her credit card, by the way, has a picture of her and Nick Rhodes on the credit card.
Well, I follow
Nick
Pinky.
Rhodes. I can't help it.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much. I follow you on Twitter. I love seeing you guys. I know. Thank you so much. It was nice to see you guys. Keith, thank you. Take care.
Okay, he's telling me goodbye. Goodbye.
No, I'm saying goodbye to everybody. I got to say goodbye to Keith too. Keith, thank you so much, my man.
Ray,
it was a lot of fun talking to you and Pinky, and I follow Pinky on Facebook and yourself. I mean, Twitter. So, great to see you. Let's catch up again sometime. There's so many more pictures I want to show you.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking Jefferson, which was a birthday present. Otherwise, it wouldn't be so fancy. It's really good. It's a very small batch, not a small batch, a very small batch. So take care of yourself.
Wait, is there anything left?
There you go. You got to finish it. Otherwise, it's a waste.
I'm perfectly comfortable with mass-produced Jack Daniels.
Yeah. No, I'm there with you, man. Keith, thank you so much.
You know who turned me on to good beer?
Who? Bye, Keith. Take care. Take care. I gotta go. I just want you to be able to hear me say goodbye. I don't want to just let you go. You need to hear me say goodbye.
Can't hear you.
You can't? Okay.
Can't hear you.
How about if I sign language? Bye. Thank you so much.
Goodbye.
Take care. Okay, that's Keith Coogan, legendary actor from the 80s, and still doing it. He was in Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. And he's got a YouTube show as well, The Quarantine Bunch. And it's a lot of fun. It's got celebrities from past, and it's funny. It's 6 episodes. You can see some behind the scenes stuff. It looks like all his friends get together and it did something fun for the quarantine. All right, let me go to my my next guest here. So take a deep breath. Dean, hi, Dean. Can you hear? I can't hear you.
I had it on mute.
Sorry. Oh, good. How are you?
Great.
Good. Yeah. I gotta cleanse my palate. Maybe that's it. I just 1 second.
That was a lot of fun. You should have just kept that going.
I should have. Pinky's great. Again, I follow her on Twitter. She loves celebrities, always taking the selfies with them. And Keith is such a I really think, and you say this because you have people on, but I really think he is one of those names, one of those faces, one of those powerful, iconic characters from us growing up from the 80s and early 90s.
No, the minute I saw his face, I was like, oh,
yeah. And then he's spending a lot of time on the con circuit as well.
Which is where I mainly see my old celebrities.
I love going to those things just for that reason. I love running into people, and I'm more of of course, I'd love to meet someone like Bradley Cooper or Gal Gadot, but I find it more enjoyable to talk to those people who have the stories. They've got the time in between where at this point they just don't give a shit. You can get more out of them.
Well, I bought one of my T-shirts from Gil Gerard.
Oh, really?
Who was at one of the smaller conventions with us. And I didn't want his autograph. I just wanted to go over and buy a T-shirt from him and say hello. And it was great. And he was such a nice guy. And he's been at several of the shows, and he even was like, "Are you going to the Rhode Island show? Make sure you wear your T-shirt." So it was great.
Yeah, I have a hard time waiting in line for like an hour and a half just for that crabby signature fake smile with the picture. I would much rather. I did this with Corbin Burnson from LA Law and Major League. He was all alone at his table, so we went over and had a great conversation with him. I ended up buying a $50 baseball with his name on it, but I would much rather have that conversation.
Yeah, the only line I ever stood in for an autograph was Bruce Campbell, and that was it was the last Rock and Shock.
Yep.
And the line the first day he was there, stretched all the way. Our table was on the opposite side of the convention, and the line was all the way around by us. And I was like, well, I guess I'm not going to see Bruce Campbell because I can't leave my table for, this long. And then Sunday, there wasn't as many people. And I was like, I'm going to sneak over and go, have a Army of Darkness poster signed. And it actually moved really quickly on that Sunday and was able to. I got so nervous that I was like, did you know that when I was in college, you came to my college and I didn't get to see you? And I was very upset that I didn't get to see you. And all these years I wanted to meet you and have that because I didn't get to see you in college. It was just okay, yeah,
man.
Big room.
You had all that time to think about what you were going to say, practice it, and then that's how it comes out.
Yeah, I met Bernie Wrightson at another show, back before we were doing conventions, and we went to go see my two favorite artists, Bernie Wrightson and Bill Sienkiewicz. And we went over to Bernie Wrightson, and he started talking to my girlfriend about subway turnstiles, and I'm sitting there and the two of them are just chatting away about how tokens aren't used and what it's like in Boston. And I'm still sitting there just kind of you can't talk to Bernie Wrightson about turnstiles.
It's not what he's famous for. Stop it. It's embarrassing me.
He made Swamp Thing.
Well, Dean, I see you every Sunday. We do Chicken Chat. Rubber Chicken Comics presents Chicken Chat. There's 5 of us, and Jay and Josh and Paul, and we take a topic and we do our top 3. We've been doing that for maybe about a year now.
Yeah, it wasn't long. It was when the stores shut down. So yeah, I guess it's been almost. We should look that up and have an anniversary special.
Right. But at this point, I feel like you're a close friend of mine. But I don't think we've
never actually met in person.
No, which is very weird. So my first question is, how tall are you?
I'm 6'1".
6'1". Okay, I figured you were on the tall side. Well, everybody's on the tall side for my 5'7" frame. But yeah, those are questions. How do you pronounce your last name?
Yep, you just dropped out on that.
Oh, I did. How do you pronounce your last name? No?
Oh, no.
No. Oh, am I
no,
still here?
back. Yeah.
Oh, good. How do you pronounce your last name?
Kaluzdian.
Kaluzdian. It sounds like a Star Wars character.
You know, I always was thrilled when I was a kid because I always assumed that Lando Calrissian was a nice Armenian boy.
Or a distant relative.
Yeah.
All right, I want to go through some of the things that, I would say you're famous for, and you do a lot. And part of the reason why I wanted to have you on the show is I really do enjoy talking to interesting people, and you seem to live a very interesting life with your art, your acting, and I only know bits and pieces from what we talk about on Sunday nights. I want you to talk about your acting career a little bit.
Right.
So there's the first one. First of all, what's this all about?
All right. So that one, wow, you dug deep on the Facebook. Okay. So that one was I've only played that character once. That was from a show called Bada Bingo. And that was actually in Bellingham.
Oh, was it?
It was Tony Corey throws a fundraiser.
For the Oliva Fund.
And it was, so they do, that year they did a murder mystery day, and the company that I do Clue for, they needed someone to play this part, and so I had 4 days to memorize this whole script, and then go in and do this cheesy mobster character, that kind of, hey Lenny, what are you doing kind of.
Yeah, you're a wise guy, huh?
Yeah. It was totally that high-pitched voice, the Joe Pesci character in this dinner theater, mystery theater thing, fundraiser. So that's what that one was from.
That's very interesting because my radio station works with the Oliva Fund for Cancer Care, which Tony has been a part of with us for a long time. He started this, I think he calls it Saturday Night Live, and I remember him saying he's got a mob show, and he raises a ton of money for that fund. So
what's funny is when I first started going to Rubber Chicken in Bellingham, my dad would always say to me, I used to work with a guy at Raytheon named Tony Corey who owned property in Bellingham. If you ever see him, and I was like, well, Dad, I go to the comic book store. I don't. And then one day I passed by Tony's Plaza and was like,
right there.
Oh, okay. And then when I actually met him doing this, I was like, well, you know my dad.
All right, let's talk about some of your art. Now,
okay.
Some people watching right now are probably pretty familiar with the band Bad Marriage. A lot of, they're all friends of ours in the band, and you've done most of their artwork. You're doing some new stuff. This is some of the older stuff.
Yeah, no, they've been fantastic to work with. I love the Bad Marriage guys. We've put out, so that's all the stuff, or most of the stuff from the old album. There's also the vinyl that I pretty much spent the first half of the pandemic designing the inner fold of their vinyl, which was a really one of the biggest pieces I've done, at least digitally. I do work for their stuff. I work with, the typical comic book way of doing ink and then coloring it on the computer. And that one, an album is actually a pretty big piece of art, when you're doing it as a digital piece. So it took up a lot of memory on the computer, and it was actually about 5 different illustrations kind of merged into one in the end. So that one, it kept me busy after pretty much everything else that I do kind of shut down for the pandemic, because the whole theater and live entertainment side of things. I as you notice, I do a lot of diverse stuff, and it's always been good for me because, when I stop one thing, then I have something else to jump onto. But the pandemic pretty much was well, everything's gone now. So I did have plenty of the illustration time to get that stuff done.
And album art is a lost art. You don't see a lot of, well, there is a resurgence of albums, but there was a gap for a long time where you didn't see anything like this anymore. It was just a CD, and you only have so much room on that CD cover. But I know people that collect albums just for the art.
Yeah, I mean, right now I'm starting with the Interfold, they've already talked about the new album, so I'll be open about it. So I'm working on I did the cover. I've got a back cover, or the pages. I've got some more illustrations to go in there, and we've got a 2-page fold out in the middle, and I'm focusing on this tiny little space to do a big picture, and then kind of excited for the vinyl release to get the big version of it.
Yeah. Comic books, you're well versed in that, obviously, being friends with Jay and hanging out at Rubber Chicken Comics, but you have some of your own. Let's start with The Stalking Dead.
Yes.
Tell me about this one.
All right, so The Stalking Dead is like The Walking Dead, only funnier and more Christmassy. Or as we like to call it, the Citizen Kane of Christmas zombie comics.
Very nice. Yeah,
go ahead.
No, please. My thing was dumb. You keep talking.
So I pretty much tried to work every Christmas special, like everything you would recognize, but not like
every trope.
Yeah, every trope from the Christmas specials, and every trope from horror and zombie stuff, And I'm a big horror fan, as from doing our show, you probably know. Yeah. And so I tried to work in as many like little references that if you're a real fan of stuff, you might get like a little visual cue. Like one of my favorite things that I stuck in there was he's looking at a map, and the map is actually the map from the 60s TV show The Prisoner.
Oh, wow.
So there's like a lot of little things that I really just put in for like
Easter eggs.
All the other kids who are just as nerdy as I am.
Absolutely. I love that. And then you could read it a second time and pick something out that you missed the first time.
Yeah, I do think that this has a lot of it's a dense book as far as jokes go. There's a lot, it's filled with a lot of really bad puns, and a lot of it goes by pretty quickly, and there's a lot of gags.
And was this comic book all you?
Yeah. I started with another friend of mine who was originally going to do the inking, and he was working on his own series of books that were much more successful than anything I've ever done. And he ended up not having the time because he was making money doing the ones that he was doing.
There you go.
And his stuff, but he was with me all along, like really kind of guiding me. And so I actually had to kind of redo the first few pages because he had already done them, and I ended up having to match my style to his and then kind of blend the two of our stuff together.
And you can pick that up at Rubber Chicken Comics?
Yep, you can pick it up at Rubber Chicken Comics, or if for some horrible reason you can't make it to Rubber Chicken Comics, you can get it on Amazon, but it's better to go get it at Rubber Chicken because it helps out our friends.
This is a part 2, I believe, so I assume there was a part 1. Okay. Tell me about this one.
These aren't comics. So this is another thing that I do, and this is that is my
breakfast cereal.
What's that?
Yeah, breakfast cereal?
No. It's my collections of plays. So that's I have 4, 2 of which are available on Amazon. The other 2 I haven't quite done a broad release yet. So there's Story Emporium, Funky Fables, Fairy Tale A Go-Go, Story Emporium 2, and one other. Now, is that 4? Yeah, so 4 collections of children's plays that they get done by other people. That I use them because I kind of originally wrote plays for myself to use because I was never finding something that was just the right length and incorporated the right amount of kids, gave kids a fair amount of parts, had jokes that the adults would get but wouldn't talk down to the kids, or that, because a lot of the plays that I look at for kids are either too saccharine or too adult. It's kind of like, well, the jokes are funny for the adults, but the kids aren't getting them. And sometimes they're just pure, just purely for the kids. and the adults will be like pulling out their teeth by the end of it. So I wanted to get something that really, again, if you know most of my comedy stuff, I've been described as not telling jokes, but just stringing together terrible puns and, trying to think of. But going back to Stalking Dead for a second, I did say it was a terrible collection of bad puns. But the one thing that I really like about what we did with Stalking Dead, or I did, I guess, is that it took I wanted to do something like Shaun of the Dead that had as much heart as it was funny, and like it had a good, solid, emotional story too. That so it's not always funny, and so I didn't want to talk down my own book too bad.
All right, and I don't know. Are those children's books? You have a few here.
This is one that's not out yet. This one I'm actually pitching right now. That's the great thing about being with me on Facebook. You actually get the stuff that you can't get. This is one I've been working on for a few years. A friend of mine who's a successful children's book writer kind of talked me into doing it myself. And so I wrote this book called Monsters Don't Like Mayonnaise. And it's all about the things that monsters will eat and the one condiment that they won't.
Did you find that out the hard way? Did you find that out the hard way?
I know, but it's, what's great is whenever I talk about it and, post anything about it, you realize how divisive a condiment mayo is. Like there is nobody that has like, they're like, oh yeah, well, I kind of like mayonnaise. It's like mayonnaise, or like people who don't like mayonnaise really don't like mayonnaise.
I went from hating it to loving it. I think it was a mature thing, a maturity level thing. I hit a certain age. I'm like, I'm mature enough to enjoy this now, but it was one or the other.
I have to say I'm in that boat too, it took me a long time to try mayonnaise on a sandwich. And I still am kind of like preferred if someone else puts the mayonnaise on my sandwich. I don't necessarily like seeing it in the bottle before I put it on the sandwich.
Sure. As long as you get it from a deli, that's fine.
Yeah.
But if you have to make it, no, you're going with mustard.
Oh, well, the thing is, if it has any of that slight yellowing on the top, then I'm done.
It's also not a child's condiment, I don't think.
No.
It doesn't play well with the kids. And monsters are very childlike. So maybe there's some truth there.
Yeah. So I have a feeling that kids will relate to the monsters. And that way, like I can bridge the gap of being like, well, I'm not telling kids they shouldn't eat mayonnaise because it's really monsters that don't eat mayonnaise. But if you don't like mayonnaise, someone agrees with you.
And here's another monster.
Okay, so this was a different project that I did with Jeff Kinney and the Unlikely Story bookstore.
That's funny. My son was just watching the movies, the Wimpy Kids. He was just watching them before I came down here. He loves those movies.
Oh, really?
Sorry,
I have to admit, I've never, in the time that I've done work there, I never have actually read one of the books.
Oh, really? He loves the books and he loves the movies.
And Jeff is an absolutely wonderful guy. And so when they first opened the store, and for 4 years after that, I designed originally Jeff wanted to do some kind of like haunted house type thing, and they couldn't figure out what to do. And I used to do another thing that you might not know about, is I used to design a haunted house at the castle, in the Hammond Castle in Gloucester, for about 10 years.
Wow.
My partner and I did a castle, a big haunted, really wholeheartedly scary haunted house at the Gloucester Castle, at Hammond Castle in Gloucester. And so I got this call from the Unlikely Story bookstore and Jeff's assistant saying, we heard that you do this haunted house stuff through our friends. Do you have any interest in doing something like that here? And I kind of was originally like, ooh, that's not really the right crowd for the haunted house. But I said, I always wanted to do a haunted house that was like, what if the Muppets put on a haunted house? And so originally the first idea that I pitched to them was kind of a Goosebumpsy type of middle school scary type thing. And Jeff thought it might be a little too scary. And so I turned around and said, like, okay, this is what I really want to do. Like now that I'm done with what you do. So we did Halloween with the Bog Hoblins was the 4th one we did. We started with one. He wanted to try something different every time. And the first one was Phineas T. McDarkley's Museum of Monsters. And that one, we set them all up like the second floor, set them all up like a haunted house, but you'd walk through and see, instead of a scary thing, you'd see a pun-filled satire of horror movies that, you know, were like aimed, like, again, another mayonnaise one. We did the Blob, but instead of the Blob, it was a cafe with mayonnaise. We did a school lunch one, like a lot of like things that kids would relate to, but really satire in classic kids movies, classic horror movies. Sorry.
Right. Well, Dean, like I said, I love talking to interesting people, and you, first of all, blew my expectations because, man, I gotta respect anybody who hones a craft and then uses that to make themselves happy for the rest of their life. And I feel like you've done that. You know, you may have been out of work because of the acting thing, but you went and you did the bad marriage thing as you had the time off. You keep creating. I mean, this stuff is amazing, man. And again, you can get The Stalking Dead at Rubber Chicken Comics. Here's just other.
That's our line of T-shirts. You can get those.
This is line. Okay. That's really cool. Where can you get that?
I think I'm pretty sure the website's up right now. It's that's dreamswithindreams.com, like the Edgar Allan Poe.
All right. Was this just a sketching? Just something you do for fun?
That's our copyright-free Nightmare Man, and that you can get at conventions. I'm not sure. There may possibly be a couple of those up on our website that we kind of put up for friends for a little bit in T-shirt form. There might still be that link up.
All right, where is the website? Because I found all this stuff on Instagram and Facebook, but I cannot find a Dean website.
Okay, so
with everything.
Actually, so there's actually not one for everything, because since I do such a wide variety of stuff, I had to split it off. So dreamswithindreams.com, you can get the darker, spookier stuff.
Okay.
And then if you want to see some of the other stuff that I do, you can go to artofdean.com, which is nice and simple.
Okay. All right. What was the first one again?
Is dreamswithindreams.com.
Dreamswithindreams.com. Okay. Good. I want to post that and I want to see it. Dreams Within Dreams. I could have asked this before and not spent so much time. And I'm not writing quick enough. All right. Dreamswithindreams.com, artofdean.com. You can purchase stuff. You can go see Dean at a convention once we can do that again. You can watch Rubber Chicken Comics Presents Chicken Chat on Sunday nights and enjoy our top 3. Do you know what this week is?
This week is the one that we came up with the locations.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Fictitious locations on television, I believe, was what we...
Television, yeah. So that's always a lot of fun, too. Well, Dean, I got to know you a little bit more tonight, and I'm very happy. I know you're 6'1". That helps because we haven't met in person yet. So, and your name sounds like a Star Wars character. So you got a lot going for you.
Thank you.
height and coolness. Dean, I'll talk to you on Sunday night.
All right, thanks for having me.
See you, buddy. And that is Dean from So Much. My God, it blew my mind. Every time I posted a picture, it's, oh, well, this was this whole other project with Jeff Kenny, which, you know, is a big deal. If you don't know who Jeff is, it still is a real big deal. He's got that store in Plainville. It's an amazing bookstore. An Unlikely Story is what it's called. You're walking into a book, basically, and he is the guy that wrote all the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books, and then he went on to make the movies. He produced the movies. Most writers just say, well, you can have my story, and that's it. But he was smart enough to become a producer on these movies, so he's raking in the cash from that, too. But his bookstore in Plainville is awesome, and to hear that Dean is a part of that is pretty amazing. So, that was a fun conversation. All right, let's do this. It's time to bring in some of my kooky, crazy friends. It's Jay and Tim.
Woo! It's like a reunion. Hey,
what's happening? You know what? It's distracted driving, ladies and gentlemen.
And it's me from behind.
Hold on. Look at those guys. We're not sitting in the right positions, but that's old. Go ahead. Sorry, Jay. Go ahead.
See, Dean is actually too cool to hang with us. He just doesn't realize it yet.
Crazy.
And what did you guys? I walked out for a second to grab a beer. Did you guys talk about when as he directed Tortured Hearts, the movie for Trauma?
Oh, we didn't talk about that. I'll have him on again. I forgot that. Dean has done so much, and I think he forgot that he does it because he didn't bring it up.
What have you done lately, Tim?
I just got home from shooting a football game for the first time in like a year and a half.
How'd they do?
They won.
Medway won? Nice.
Yeah, Medway won. Medway won very strong. They did great.
How was it getting out there and shooting again?
Tim is hurting.
Do you have to shoot?
I thought I shoot a football game with two cameras around my neck. I haven't had two cameras around my shoulders in over a year. I'm going to be feeling it tomorrow.
Are there parts of the game where you have to chase the play?
Well, I was restricted to a lot of different areas. There's so many rules. Like you can't stand here, you can't do that, and
right.
so I have a way of shooting because I'm shooting for the team. So I shoot all the kids, and then I follow the ball. But there was a really good game.
Sounds like you have more leeway at Gillette.
You know where to stand at Gillette a lot easier.
Yeah,
because somebody will shoot you if you're in the wrong spot, so you don't go there.
So Tim, I don't know if you saw it, my interview with Keith Coogan.
I did not. I came home, and my wife has filled me in a little bit, and I said, "How did that go?" And I don't know what I'm supposed to say, but I
don't either. I don't. And let me say this.
Maybe they were enjoying beverages.
Yeah. Before we say anything, lovely people, and I will not. I'm not gonna. Lovely people. One problem was probably on my end or their internet. I was about 10 seconds behind them. So I would talk, and then 10 seconds later, he would finally get the message. That made it work. Maybe.
Because he also cut out at times.
Yeah. So I think any alcohol involved on top of weird internet service
added up.
Oh, my God.
I'll go back and watch it. I missed it. I saw most of Dean's interview, but I did not see Keith.
What? I was so thoroughly entertained. So thoroughly entertained. I'll tell you that.
I was so glad his wife Pinky jumped in. She had a great story about meeting Duran Duran. He kept kissing her too. It was so sweet. It really was. This is a married couple, ladies and gentlemen. A married couple.
I like any story that starts with, before we go into detail, we have to mention that they're really nice people, because that usually means that something else is going on. So
she got to be on the Game Network, what, like 5 hours ago?
Yeah. She was a contestant on the game show. I forget which one. Password, something about password pictures or puzzles. Maybe it was a puzzle. I don't know. Hey, Jeff's with us too.
Is he
watching? I don't think his camera's on. I can see him in the queue. I think he might be frozen.
Oh, someone get him a jacket, man.
Right.
Here, I'll be right back.
He's not moving in the queue. We're losing everybody. We're losing everyone. What do we do? Let me try again. No.
Woo.
No, he's literally frozen in the quew.
He's so cold. He's so cold.
There are Jay. There were so many questions I wanted to ask him, and like have an immediate answer to. I feel like I need to talk to him again, but that's a risk too. Is trying to get the second interview. Oh, there's the puppy,
and there goes the whole show.
That's it. Wait, comments will start coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, that's a comment. That's not for the dog, but yes, that would be great if they came to the redneck. All right, what's the full name?
The Honorable Lady Reykjavik.
Very nice. Oh, here we go.
Going by Reika.
Yep. Tim gonna talk. Puppy. Yeah. Oh, so cute. That's right.
You win.
Okay. Oh, Jeff is back. Hold on. There he is.
Hey, Jeff.
Now he's actually moving.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Internet's horrible today. Ask Barbie.
Are you as drunk as Keith was? Is that the problem?
What?
Oh,
all right. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I missed everything.
Well, that's okay.
I just got here.
That's
I just no. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna rewatch it. Trust me. Maureen said it was amazing, so I'm going to rewatch. Yes.
I don't know what it was. I really don't know what it was.
But it was pure gold, right?
Oh,
it was something
entertaining.
Yeah. But like I was telling Jay, there were so many questions I wanted to get through and get answers, and I didn't get that. He took over the show. At one point, Raylene, who's watching right now, asked me who is really hosting this show. I think it was Pinky at one point.
Well, his wife, right?
It's funny too because we had said I didn't know if you were even going to try this prior to, but we said
All right, you want to play, Jay? You want to play?
Yeah. Well, let's do it with all three of us.
All right, here we go. Ready? Question number one. I had them all done for you.
So wait, it was going to be between me and Keith. We were going to do this, and I thought it was going to be funny if like I knew more than he did, which I probably don't. But I just thought it'd be fun. But what year was Adventures in Babysitting released? I believe that was 1984.
84.
83.
1987.
I meant 87. Hi, Barbie.
So far off.
Yeah, wicked off. All right, next one.
What was the alternate title in Adventures? Well, you guys can read it. I don't have to say it.
The dishes are done.
Can you read it?
The alternate title? Okay.
What was the alternate title of Adventures in Babysitting for its release in other countries?
In Babysitting.
I have no idea.
A Night
on the Town. Wasn't that a Ben Stiller movie?
I think it was a Frank Sinatra movie or a Dean Martin movie.
Oh.
Wow.
All right, here we go. Number
Next
3.
one.
Who plays the mechanic that resembles Sarah's hero, Thor?
That's easy. That's D'Onofrio.
Vincent D'Onofrio is correct.
Easy for you.
You only gave me the last name.
Yeah, but and you know what's crazy? You look
Jeopardy. That's correct.
And he is jacked. He looks just like Thor. And then you look at him now as Daredevil, as Kingpin in Daredevil. What a complete transformation this guy can do from role to role is amazing.
Roll to roll, 30 years, but yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's changed so much over the years. He was wearing an Edgar suit, for God's sakes, in Men in Black.
First time I saw Men in Black, he was the highlight of that movie.
He was awesome.
I remember how much I loved that character. All right, what is Daryl's catchphrase? And this is regarding Adventures in Babysitting.
I got it.
Of course, Jay knows it. Tim,
you think?
Jeff.
Was I supposed to watch the movie?
Was there homework?
You think?
You
think? All right. What is her what's her name's boyfriend? What's Mike's vanity license plate? That says play, but I really meant plate.
I believe, I could be wrong, it's Too Cool.
No.
So cool. Damn it.
Oh.
I was going to use numbers.
Yeah, no, that would have been tough. Which classic Disney character with Keith voice? Was I drunk when I wrote this? Did Keith voice in 1981?
With Keith or Keith?
No. What character did Keith voice in 1981?
Okay.
That was easy. That's Thor.
It was Thor. That's right. No, it was young Todd from Fox and the Hound.
I love Fox and the Hound.
Young Todd, really?
Barbie would have known that.
I saw that movie at the drive-in.
I saw it at the movie theater. I remember seeing it. So who voiced young Cooper?
Don't know.
Feldman.
Oh, no way.
Oh, could have guessed.
You know what? I knew that.
Who voiced the older characters? Anybody know?
Corey Feldman.
Haim.
No. Those were the kids. When they got older, it was Kurt
Russell.
Yes,
Douglas.
and Mickey
Rourke.
Rooney is right.
Oh, that was Mickey Rooney. That's right.
Who is John Cryer trying to avoid in hiding out?
The IRS.
Charlie Sheen.
Hitman.
The mob. Close enough.
Oh.
Yeah.
Charlie.
All right, who's older?
Who did Charlie Sheen take the virginity of?
John Cryer.
Unfortunately, I think it was Corey Haim.
It was Punky Brewster.
Oh, yes, that's right. That was cool. You know what was creepy about that was that they never mentioned his name.
Just
so you knew exactly who it was.
Yep.
Because they showed the picture, but before that, it was just the answering machine. Yep. And she was 18, and he must have been like 25, 26.
Yes. Hi, this is Charles.
Charles, yeah. All right, who's older, Christina Applegate or Keith Coogan? Keith Coogan played Christina Applegate's younger brother, in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter.
Keith, because it seems like a quick, one of those questions,
Yeah, well, he's older by 2 years.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Last one. Who reportedly turned down the role of Sue Ellen in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead?
Helen Slater.
Well, that's a good guess.
It was Pinky Lovejoy Coogan.
Get out.
What? I wrote over this. Hold on, I got to remember who it was now. I wrote over that.
That should be the answer, though.
Justine Bateman was one of them.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. And there was somebody else. Yeah. Okay.
I like that Jeff is wearing Jay's shirt.
Well, if you'll notice,
my shirt.
Yep.
Well, if you'll notice, I'm wearing a rich man's Tim Rice.
Oh, John Cusack.
So John Cusack, I always said was a rich. Oh, I always said Tim Rice was a poor man's John Cusack.
Oh yeah, look at that. Where'd you get that shirt? I love that shirt.
Don Bailey got it for me.
That's awesome.
Jay, I told him that when I met him.
I know. And what did he say?
He didn't care.
Yeah.
That was so that was one of those situations where you think you're going to have a conversation and then you're going to end up going out to have beer after, and it was really just a quick photo with no talk at all. Tim and I both went to go see what was the movie?
Say Anything.
No, it wasn't Say Anything.
The record movie.
Right. I want to say Empire Records. No, it's not. It's High Fidelity. High Fidelity.
High Fidelity. That's a record. Yes, I was right.
Yeah. So is Empire Records.
You said Empire Records. Why would I go see John Cusack in Empire Records? He wasn't in it.
You said Say Anything.
I did. I was wrong.
Yeah. Right. Okay. We sat in the third row. We watched them do commentary. We watched the movie, and then you get pictures after. And I don't know if I even have that picture anywhere. Do you know? Do you have that picture? You didn't take it.
I have it. Yeah.
I don't know where mine is.
And we had to download it.
Huh? Oh, I did. I downloaded it.
It was poorly run. It was very awkward.
We had to wait a long time.
We turned a corner, and there's John Cusack.
Right there.
Yep. And I go, hey, my friend says I'm a poor man, you. And he said, that's great. And then
moving on.
That's a great start to the conversation right there, though.
He didn't ask follow-up questions.
He kept walking.
He didn't want to be there. You could tell.
Does anybody follow him? Anybody follow him on Twitter? Does anybody follow him on Twitter?
I've gone and watched. Yeah, he's very political.
Very angry political. Yeah.
Yes.
Then no.
All right. So here's the big question. The Snyder Cut. Jay.
I haven't watched it yet.
Tim.
I just got a puppy. I can't watch something 4 hours long.
Jeff. Son of a bitch. I thought I was going to be able to talk about this tonight.
Next week.
I don't even have HBO Max.
Oh,
me neither.
You knew this was coming. You knew, and you blew it.
I'll watch it.
On top of that, Rose.
I am watching it this weekend. I promise. It might take me 3 days.
I didn't get to show. I didn't get to show Keith my record. He was going to sign it. Like I was literally, and he was going to sign it.
No. I watched it in one sitting and it felt like 2 hours. So I think
you'll
blow through it.
No, that's a good sign.
No, it is, and I could have done another 4 easy.
I've heard nothing but great reviews.
You're saying you loved it. That's great. No, I'm psyched because the Whedon cut came out and we all watched it and it was very underwhelming.
It sucked. It was so bad.
I thought the Whedon cut had poor CGI.
It made no sense.
Well, I mean, as much sense. Did the Snyder cut make a ton of sense? Did it change everything? Cool.
Well, it was longer so that they could tell the stories. I don't know why they needed 4 hours to tell the story, but they told every story in depth and in detail, and it just made it that much better. Now you cared about the Flash, and I still don't like Cyborg. I don't like his character, but you understand him a little bit more because the story's spread out. You get more of his story, so you understand why he is how he is.
Right. I mean, that was always the problem. If you watch, first of all, this is the worst title in the world, Batman v Superman. If you watch that, you get these little intros to each of these different characters, and you're like, oh, okay, and you think this is going to evolve into something, and it doesn't. You get into the Whedon cut, and it's just like, oh, by the way, here they are. Here's your superheroes, and here's Justice League.
Yeah,
I mean,
and,
my God, with the Avengers, they built it up. Everyone had their own movie prior to, and then they got the Avengers. We knew exactly what we were getting into there.
At that point, it was a greatest hits album. Like,
right. Every movie, it's like, who's going to be in this? I know there's going to be 10 of them. I love Barry Allen's character now. I love the fact that 20 years ago it would have been Justin Long playing that character, and I realized that in the Snyder cut more than I did the original cut. I'm like, oh my God, that is Justin Long. This guy is pulling off a great Justin Long. And Aquaman. I love Aquaman.
Well, yeah, Aquaman. Jason Momoa is great. The Aquaman character is great. That's not Aquaman, and that's fine. They rewrote his character completely.
Sure.
So basically made him Namor from Marvel. And again, that's fine because Aquaman is not that cool at all, like ever. The universe has he ever been.
Yeah, he is pretty badass.
That was like the smartest thing DC ever did was rewrite him and put in Jason Momoa. That was awesome. But not as awesome as that Super Bowl commercial with Jason Momoa taking off his arms and his hair. That was the best.
But what's that?
Oh, no, go ahead.
I love the fact that not only does he look cool, but they needed to give him lines like, oh, yeah. All right, my man. Like you didn't like the guy is already cool. Look at his hair alone.
Have you watched the Harley Quinn cartoon on HBO?
I have not. No.
Oh my God, it's brilliant.
I heard that.
Do not watch it with Jack.
No. Somebody who plays Harley Quinn. I just saw that the other day.
Big Bang Theory girl.
Yeah, Big Bang.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It is perfect. It is just adult comedy, raunchy, very violent.
Which is funny because they showed the trailer for it, and the trailer looked like trash. It was like, oh, all she does is swear the entire time, and I'm like,
oh God, no, it's so good.
And then the first person that saw it was like, no, dude, this is hilarious. It's good. I'm like, okay, cool. But the trailer was perfect.
The jokes are perfect. The story's perfect. It's so good.
It better be because I don't think the girl from Blossom's that cute.
Cartoon to begin with.
And it was Kaylee Coco, right?
Kaylee. That one. Oh, better.
No, it was what's her name? Bernadette.
Is it Bernadette?
Yeah.
Oh, if it was her, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, it's Bernadette that does it. Now, honestly, I could see Bernadette playing her too.
Yeah, I could see that. But it's incredibly well done.
If you ever seen it,
not for children, not children of any age under 21.
It is Kaylee Cuoco.
Yeah, no, we all agreed.
Oh, we knew. I knew that. I knew that. I was trying to be funny.
Oh, hey, Alan Tudyk's in there too. I love him.
Oh, there's so many people in it. Every
Lake
voice
Bell,
is somebody.
Ron Funches
Ron Funches is hysterical in it.
Tony Hale.
Yep.
Jason Alexander.
Jason Alexander plays this old man. It's awesome. It's so good.
Diedrich Bader.
Yep. Every voice is a famous voice.
Christopher Maloney. Wow.
You know that Diedrich used to be the voice of Batman.
Yes,
on Brave and the Bold. Yeah, on Brave and the Bold, he was the voice.
He is the only reason why I still watch American Housewife, because I root for him all the time. The show's tough to watch, but I always root for Diedrich.
Didn't they cancel that show?
Nah, it's still on.
Is it? Because that's a horrible show.
All right, has anybody seen Be Positive? Speaking of really bad, cheesy TV shows,
I've watched it a few times.
Thomas Middleditch is in it, who I think is a really good actor.
That looks like a horrible show.
It's a weird show. Yeah.
It sucks, but it's something to watch.
I need something to binge. Exactly.
Yeah. I saw a couple episodes. I thought they were okay. But
yeah, it's all right.
We watched we watched the last Blockbuster the other night.
I watched that. I was actually disappointed with it.
I was underwhelmed.
Yeah, underwhelmed. That's the word.
Good nostalgia, but there wasn't any meat to it.
It wasn't anything new.
No.
Outside of nostalgia, what did you expect?
I wasn't impressed. It's like that could have been a half-hour show.
Yeah. Well, they have a bunch of video files, all talking about their favorite things about VHS and Blockbuster, and it just didn't. I don't know. I guess I just expected more from being more. I don't know, better stories. I guess I don't know.
I'm glad I didn't pay for it.
Are they closed?
If DC plays your,
there's one Blockbuster left. That's what it was all about. One.
And the lady's a little too happy to be the manager of it.
Good.
I thought she was the owner at first, but no.
Yeah, no, she's
just the manager.
Just the manager.
I think if DC plays their cards right, there's no reason why Deathstroke can't have a movie.
To be honest with you, I doubt it. I don't think we're going to see much going forward of the Snyderverse. I think this is basically done, and they're going to start rebooting stuff in a few movies.
I think you might find you might think differently after seeing the Snyder Cut if they can take that.
I hear you, but unfortunately, that has no cement ground. There's nothing that's in their cinematic universe. That's not canon for them. That was literally just Snyder saying, "I want to show everyone what I could do," and they're like, "Okay, go for it."
All this stuff is fake, by the way. You could just.
I know. You know what's going to happen is HBO is going to get a boost in their subscriptions. Everyone's going to love it. It's going to, however you make money streaming, this movie is going to make a shit ton of money, and they're going to say, "Oh my God, now we need a Deathstroke. Now we need a new Batman movie," which we have.
I would like an apology letter from HBO about Wonder Woman.
Yeah, please, my God,
that ruined my bad Christmas.
So we watched it on Christmas too.
Yeah, so unfortunately, we still haven't watched that yet. I feel bad because Wonder Woman was such a good movie that I don't want to watch a crappy Wonder Woman.
Don't watch it.
You're afraid.
I am afraid.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
It was so bad.
But you have to watch it.
So now we got the Snyder Cut, but up next, the thing that I've been looking forward to so much is Suicide Squad, the new Suicide Squad, not the piece of crap that we got like 3 years ago. The new Suicide Squad that is being directed by James Gunn, the same person who did Guardians of the Galaxy, bringing in Nathan Fillion and John Cena and his whole cast of friggin' mutants that are going to be awesome. If anyone can change the way the DC universe is going in cinema, it's James Gunn, in my opinion. If he can't do it, they got to start from scratch again.
The guy on SNL, what's his name? He's in it too.
Dana Carvey.
No, yeah, Dana Carvey.
Pete.
Jay says hi. What is Tim eating?
Whatever I want.
You've been eating that for the last half hour.
Grilled cheese?
Grilled cheese?
I thought it was garlic bread at first.
It's garlic
You're
bread.
eating a whole loaf of garlic bread? You're eating it? Amazing.
When you get my age, it doesn't matter what you do.
Oh, no, I'm about to do the same thing.
I just got home. I'm really hungry.
Okay.
I would like to garlic
Why
bread
is Justin not on here?
I
shaved my beard to get rid of my Santa beard so he would stop picking on me.
Good trim. What number?
Hurts my feelings.
All right, calm down. What number is that?
I don't know. I screwed it up, Jeff.
Like
I was supposed to be nicer, and I got way too close, so I had to go shave it even more.
Oh, see, that's what I'm afraid of.
I screwed it up. It shouldn't look like this.
Bill wanted to be a part of this as well.
Thank you.
Looks good. I like it.
I like yours.
Earlier.
Yours looks good.
Are you guys done?
No.
Well, I wanted to talk for 1 second.
I'm going to walk down to Jeff's house right now and give him a goddamn hug.
You should. Come on down.
I will.
Wear a mask.
Wouldn't that be great? I'm so tired.
Go right across.
I was going for the creepy Ben Roethlisberger look. Did I pull it off?
That's not a look you want to go for.
Actually, you know what that is?
Not at all.
It's the Kevin, what's his name look?
King of Queens?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I love it.
Has anybody watched that show on Netflix?
It looks
My God.
horrible.
Stay the fuck away from that show.
It.
What happened?
It's not good. I don't know why. I don't know why they would do that. Like he's a decent comedic actor, right? And then they write a show like According to Jim, and it becomes a hit. And this racing show should have been greenlit.
Why'd you have to bring that show up?
Because we're talking about another shitty show.
Trying to be Kevin James.
How I feel about According to Jim.
I know. So we lost so many good shows to that show.
Yep.
We got Justin.
Well, according to Jim.
Yeah. Hey, Justin.
Hey, Tim. I noticed you shaved your beard.
I did it for you.
You look young and healthy now.
I wish I could say the same about you.
No, not looking so good today.
No, not today.
Not today. Today's the day.
The tech guy's got the best microphone, by the way.
Because I'm using my phone.
Bravado.
Oh.
You can use your phone?
Did you watch Justice League yet?
I don't have HBO Max. Are you out of your mind?
God.
Not everybody.
Rob?
Not everybody.
I have it.
4 hours a day, Ray. Some people actually have jobs where we have to.
What did I do? I feel like Tim Rice now. I feel like Tim Rice. Why are you picking on me?
Ray, the first thing I thought, though, when you wrote, I just watched it, I'm like, how the hell did he get 4 hours today?
I got home. Hey, listen, I get up at 4 a.m. I get home at 11, and I started watching it.
What did your kids say?
Jack has no love for DC at all. No. So he didn't care. He didn't want to watch it.
He's a smart kid.
Yeah, and they're old enough where they don't need to be around me all the time.
Though I do love the Superman TV show. That is really good.
Yeah, I like that. Lois and Superman.
I've heard that was pretty good. I gotta watch that.
I have them all on DVR right now, just waiting for
really good. Just the production value is really good.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm interested. I want to watch the Snyder Cut. It's just that I don't want to spend the $5 a month.
What's the number? Can I ask that? Because Barbara hates me because I will watch it like that's $1.99. I'm not buying it. Like what number would you spend?
$3.99.
Watch the movie.
$3.99 is the number. I get mad at $1.99 if it's on a service I already pay for.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And the movie is over 6 months old. I'm not paying $1.99. And I don't want to brag. I can afford $1.99. Like I should be able to do this.
Easy.
It's more the principle of the thing.
It's a principle. Like I'm not paying you bastards.
I've got this. I've got Apple TV. I don't need another goddamn streaming service.
Shouldn't have to pay for it.
Peacock and Discovery Plus.
Standard definition or high def?
Commercial free or commercials?
For what?
Anything.
No, Peacock.
$1.99. It's got to be high def. No standard. Yeah. Maureen always gets me to pick the standard definition, and I yell at her halfway through.
Oh my God!
Like, what is this garbage? I
haven't watched anything.
I'm old.
This.
You ever sit there watching football on Sunday, and all of a sudden you're like, "Why does this look like crap? Holy crap! I'm not in HD."
Go to the 800s. 800s.
It happens.
I'll spend the $1 for HD.
I had Stars for 99 cents a month for 6 months. I dropped it this month because it wasn't worth the 99 cents.
No.
Because there was no what was it? Ash versus the Evil Dead. That was the only reason to have that.
There's nothing on there.
I don't know.
So this is where I'm at. I have services that I don't know why I have them. Paramount TV. Why exactly do I have it? I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember why I got it in the first place. It was for something. And now
Paramount just got rolled into another one, didn't it?
It used to be CBS.
Oh, it used to be that,
now.
right?
Yeah, but Paramount. No, it's CBS now. It used to be Paramount, and then
yes, and now
Peacock's NBC.
WWE's coming to
Peacock. Yeah,
I can see your Peacock.
Pretty soon they're going to lump everything into one bill, and they're going to call it cable. You're just going to pay that.
But it's going to be $250.
Yeah, because we all need it. Has anybody watched Falcon and Winter Soldier yet?
After this.
That's after this.
I don't fucking have Disney. I was waiting for somebody to say that.
I bought Disney for 3 years, so I have Disney.
It's good.
You don't have Disney, Jeff?
I don't have anything.
They're still using our. Hey, Jeff and Maureen are still using our Netflix or God's sake.
Not anymore. That was in the news. That's going to end.
Oh yeah,
only in one room. But I told her
what's happening with the Netflix thing.
Kick you off.
Can't use it from an outside
source. Down on password. If you don't live in the same house, that's not your password's not going to work.
We got our own. Relax. We're gonna move it. But yeah, I have Netflix and Fios, and I know I should have got Disney Plus when it was like $8.99 or $6 something.
It was for 3 years.
Now I'm
It was funny.
screwed.
I think it was funny. It was probably like last year or something like that. And Maureen's mom was like, "Oh, I'm gonna turn one of these. See how it shows all the faces? I'm gonna turn one of those stars." And Maureen's like, "No, this is Jane's account."
Anyway, it's good. It's a slow burn. Actually, no, I shouldn't say that. It comes out just like that with the action, and then it slows down a bit. Yeah, it's good. Hey, Sid.
I expect it to be an 80s action adventure buddy cop movie.
It will get that way. It's not there yet, but it will get to that point.
They're not bros yet.
No. Has anybody confused as to why Falcon is so cool? I didn't see the progression as much as like the latest thing you've seen him in.
I've never liked him.
The coolest shit. And he's just average, right? But he comes off now as if he's wait till you see the show. I think it's
as soon as he strapped those wings on, I'm like, oh my god, that's the coolest version of Falcon I've ever seen. It was just badass.
It is, but as soon as those wings come off, this guy's toast. Like, cool, you can fly. Awesome.
On your left.
Hawkeye's got a bow.
Right. When do we see a Hawkeye standalone? Come on.
He's got his music going on right now, Ray.
I was gonna say the nicest thing about that is that he can do the soundtrack as well.
Yeah, he better.
You know, the Snyder Cut had better music too. It had more mainstream music, and the score was better.
I want to know what's being said in the Redden house that he had to put himself on mute.
Children are speaking.
Oh, what are they saying?
They're just screaming nonsense. I don't even know what
children should be screaming not heard.
Why do you tolerate this?
I don't. I yell a lot.
We're keeping him calm right now.
It's the only thing keeping me from screaming.
Let Daddy talk to his friends on Zoom.
I tell you.
So I have one more whiskey. Go ahead.
Can we talk about Keith Coogan for a sec? Because I didn't get to chime in on this.
I didn't get to see it. Yeah, what did you think?
So, have you ever been in a conversation with somebody at a bar, and they're like, you just sit down, like you're with your friends and stuff like that, and somebody just starts chewing your ear off, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna talk to this person for a couple minutes, and then all of a sudden you're like, it's 3 hours later, and you're like, what is happening? I'm doing shrooms. Like, there's just things happening here. And it's like, I like how he was like stealth vaping too. Like every now and again, he'd be like, it's like, my God. Yeah.
I don't know if that was vape.
Oh, no. That's hemp oil.
But just for a second, he's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy. Very nice guy. I don't want to say anything.
But that's like saying no offense before you lay it out there.
Like, no offense. But they both had some really good stories. If they just had, set up for those stories, it was like, hey, let me ask you. Okay, Ray, I'm going to tell you about this. Wait a minute, I didn't tell you.
Never-ending story.
I wasn't sure if he was going to want to talk about the past because you know how those guys are sometimes. It's like I did that a long time ago. But as soon as I showed a picture of him at 6 years old, he had a story about Fantasy Island and he knew everything about it. He loved talking about that.
He was on Fantasy Island.
He was
Michael Jackson's house?
He made the rounds. So he was on Knight Rider, Fantasy Island, Love Boat.
He was on Love Boat. I knew that.
Columbo, like all of those all those TV shows. He was probably the go-to kid that you would get at that point for all those shows. I have a picture of him. Oh, I deleted it. Him in Knight Rider.
You deleted the whole memory?
I had to.
I got to get rid of this. I can't take it. I don't want to look at this.
Is he still behind the scenes watching the show?
Is he what?
Is he still watching the show behind the scenes in the studio? That'd be awesome.
They finished their bottle of Jack Fire. I'm guessing they're passed out by now.
No way. That guy's been doing it for years.
No.
He had a hard time
2 a.m.
connecting. I do not think they were. Troy, what was that? I do not think it was. LOL. They were awesome. Ray held it together.
You held it together, Ray.
But I do not think it was. What was that? I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Part was you see Ray listening at one point in time, and then you just see him reach over for the bottle and just takes this huge swig of the bottle. And go back down. Now, we know Ray, and that is not a common Ray thing.
I felt like I had to catch up with them, to be honest with you.
Peer pressure. They peer pressured you.
And here's another thing, by the way. They're West Coast, so it was 4:00 in the afternoon.
Good for them.
Not a lot of things happening in the Coogan
you know, so he's telling stories about Pinky, his wife, and he would just look at her as he's talking about her, and then just lean over and kiss her, and it was the cutest thing. He couldn't. Every time he looked at her, he had to give her a little kiss.
Doesn't sound
we got two heads.
Oh, I don't know. It was sweet. Don
It
thought
was
it was weird.
The whole time she was just thinking about Duran Duran. So
So she is somebody who likes getting her picture taken with like she if she's at a party, she's going to get selfies. And if you follow her on Twitter, it's just picture after picture of doing selfies, which is kind of funny because I'm sure people do that to her husband all the time. Like, oh my God, you're the guy from this thing, and take pictures. But she's on the other end. She's the, I don't want to say stalker, but you know what I mean.
Now, my favorite part of your show, and probably shouldn't say this on the show, but nobody watches this part. Because we know you, I can tell when you're engaged, when you're just being there.
Yeah.
When you're like, yeah, okay. Like it's. I'm like, oh, that poor guy.
I was engaged. I was trying to keep.
I haven't watched it yet. I gotta watch
keep up with him. It's funny because Tim will message me after I do a radio interview, and he can tell if I'm bored because he hears the clicks
I hear
of
the
the
clicking.
keyboard. Like I'm browsing
You're
the
on
internet.
Facebook. Yeah.
As I'm talking to somebody on the radio, he goes, I heard the clicking.
I'm gonna listen for that now.
You can tell. Tap 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 tap.
You know
Once
who's
you hear
listening?
it, you can't
I got to
argue.
tell you who's listening right now is the amazing people from New England Legends podcast. All the legendary listeners like Joy and Raylene, they are still watching us.
That's good. If that would be brought to you by Skin Cream, correct?
Nuwadi Herbals. Nuwadi Herbals.
Nuwadi Herbals.
What's that now?
The official Skin
NUWTA.
Cream of New England Legends.
It's great stuff. It's
I'm sure you
Indian
can tell,
inspired.
right? You're glowing, so I'm assuming you're using it.
That's the skin cream.
Yep.
It'll make
Not the
you look
whiskey.
younger too.
As this ages me, I need the skin cream.
The guy out in California was snorting it.
Anyway, what did I have to say? I wanted to say something else too, and I forgot what it was. What's everyone drinking tonight?
I gotta get another beer. I was drinking Treehouse.
I know I couldn't leave. I wanted to get another one too.
This is my own creation of Crystal Light lemonade and Crystal Light fruit punch mixed with water.
Nice.
I call it red drink.
Ooh,
You should bottle that.
it's not purple drink.
It's really good.
Did you hear McDonald's is bringing back orange drink?
that's not the
I
biggest
see.
thing.
Oh,
McDowell's
orange drink.
bringing-
That's
McDowell's?
nasty.
That pure sugar.
That orange
Yeah,
China?
it's good.
Orange high C.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
No.
Yes.
Oh,
Sure.
Kate's watching. Hi, Kate.
Hi.
Keto's going well. It really is.
You playing Keno? I won't play Keno.
Have you
We're right
won?
on Keno. We just got our
Cool.
Peloton.
How's that?
I haven't used it yet because we didn't have the shoes. Tim can attest to this. It's not comfortable if you don't have the shoes.
Yeah,
You
no,
lock-
I got the shoes.
You gotta lock in.
It's got to be the shoes.
Yeah, you lock in, and you need the shorts, which I
I
have.
don't want to scare you, but every time I'm on it, God forbid there's a fire in your house when you're using it. Because you're not getting off very fast.
Oh, look at that. Oh, you guys got yours. Yeah. Hey, we actually got ours early because they were in town, probably delivering yours too.
Did
So
you
I
do
know
a
whose house I'm gonna
unboxing
rob.
video?
I've done 4 rides, and I
Have
am
you really?
in game.
Nice.
Dude, this thing is
Today?
a bomb. You have to have. I mean, if you got an extra $800,000, go buy one, and then you got to buy shoes. For it.
Does
Anybody
your wife make you sleep in that room? That's why your mattress is against the wall?
Yeah, that's my extra king mattress in case I get thrown out.
In case.
It's when, not in case.
Does anybody use Cody?
Yeah, I have.
You have? Huh? Is he good?
No.
Is he so good that you would refer to him as your man?
No. He has a certain clientele that I'm sure is very interested in riding with him.
Like Kate.
I do not fit that clientele. I like Hannah.
All right,
Did you
I'm gonna be
fall
honest
off?
with you. So I went through the screen to. I'm just joke. I'm not using it yet, but I just want to see what's in there, and I did gravitate towards the pretty girls.
Hannah.
Is that right?
Done.
Hannah can ride anywhere she wants, and I will go with her.
I will look for her.
And my wife doesn't watch this show, so I'm fine.
Oh, that hurt.
No, she's watching. She's the one who told me to find Hannah, I think.
So this could have been so many things tonight.
You're right. That doesn't narrow it.
All right, let's Joy. Let's see what Joy is doing this week. The funniest part of my week. This is okay. She needs to get out. Yeah, obviously. That's the only reason why people watch the show is because they're not out. Finally got your 2 vaccines. Awesome.
That's a lot of information.
I'm going Monday.
Booked
Are
for
you?
2 vaccines. You are?
Yep.
Me too.
Yep. Monday I get
Where
my
you
first shot.
You going to Gillette?
Yeah. 5
What time?
5 o'clock.
Oh, I'm 10:18.
How do you get these appointments?
You got to pre-register.
But I don't have any conditions.
I'm sure you have a condition or two.
Well, we're all obese, first of all.
Tim, you wait to call.
Just to let you know, there's one. So find one more, and
Yeah.
you might get in earlier.
I got flat feet. Does that get me?
There you go.
Maybe.
That's all you need.
All right.
Don't lie. Hey, Justin, that is the perfect lighting, by the way. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah,
but it's
wherever
right
Justin
there.
is that the refrigerator?
No, that is.
It's really good. It de-ages you at least 6 months.
Oh, that's good.
Eyebrows are very.
Your eyebrows are very
Predominant.
predominant now. Yeah,
Pretty.
you look like a
The
lead.
shadow. Well, aren't you in the next phase for vaccines, Tim?
April 1st.
60 plus.
Well, I shaved the beard, so they wouldn't know that yet.
Yeah. So you should have let it grow out a little bit more.
Yeah,
Santa Claus
One
gets his shot. Why wouldn't you?
I'm Santa. Why can't I get my shot?
Oh my God, you're in everyone's house.
No kidding. I Costco.
You need the shot.
He looks like he belongs on Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, you look like a levy.
A levy.
My eyebrows
Without the
aren't that
glasses.
thick. They're pretty close.
Pretty close. That lighting, yes.
Yeah, they've been manscaped. You can tell.
Dude, I'm like a 10th Portuguese. I have to keep this shit under control.
No, you're doing a good job. Do you have a template that you use, or?
I do.
Wow.
I just found out that every member of my family, dating back to like the 1500s, came from Quebec. That's it.
No,
I have.
What does that mean?
I'm 25% of my grandmother's side
Enough.
Irish. That only went back like 2 or 3 generations. Everyone else filters right to Quebec. I'm French Canadian. I just thought they were from maybe different parts of Canada. But no,
France?
all from
France?
Quebec. They probably all knew each other.
Well,
They're probably waiting for you to come back.
how about that?
Now I have to go. That's my mother's city.
I would. Nothing wrong with that.
No,
We go to Montreal instead.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go to
Gotta
Montreal.
go.
Let's do a road trip and record it.
Let's go to St. Catherine Street. That's where we're going.
That's what we were getting to, Jay.
Oh, okay.
It was going to get narrower.
What?
Say it.
You don't say it out
They have-
loud.
they have great museums up there.
The only place I know.
Exhibits.
The only place I know.
They have exhibits.
Museums, sure.
Museums.
That would be a nice trip. I've never been to Canada before.
Me neither.
No.
I don't know,
gotta
guys.
go.
We did a trip to Rhode Island and we couldn't show the video to everybody. I don't think a trip to Canada would work.
I thought you were going to say Rhode Island was in Canada.
I was 15 on St. Catherine Street, going to strip clubs, and it was supposed to be a ski weekend.
Did you ski?
No, oh yeah, I did. No, I rolled.
He skied.
We tumbled down. The last Sunday, the Sunday of the trip, we actually did get to a mountain, but we got up to the very top, and I literally rolled down the whole hill.
Oh, you also needed help crossing the street in Portland.
I did that. I took him back to his hotel room.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
It was entertaining.
We went up there just for lunch a couple weeks ago.
Did you quarantine for 14 days?
Yes.
Good.
But we just kept thinking about all the like we walked down that the alleyway that had the clubs and the Western.
Oh, that was fun.
That was fun. It was so
Yeah,
much
just a
fun.
blast. Bucket of fun. We had those.
Yeah,
buckets.
right.
That's what did me in. I had way too many
Wow.
buckets of fun.
Well, it was really a genius marketing ploy, is selling those buckets of whatever it was, rum runners.
Nothing but rum.
It was tap water with food coloring.
That's all it was, with a little bit of rum.
A little bit of rum.
Yeah. As soon as you know there's a bucket with big straws,
doesn't matter.
You're gonna buy it. You're gonna buy it.
I'll tell you what, there was plenty of rum in there. I might have ran into a police car. I don't know.
You did.
Maybe.
At least you're a jovial drunk.
We had to go 200 yards. It took us about 35 minutes.
Yes, Justin. Jay accosted me at Five Guys.
That was awesome.
And you just took it.
Man.
Like, you were just like, oh, here we go again.
What are you gonna do?
And the security guard's watching us.
It's like when the dog starts humping your leg. You just have to let it finish.
That was Dream Jay. He was.
You know, it's a good area when there's 2 security guards and a Five Guys.
They have body cams.
With body cams on.
and like armor.
Yeah.
And Jay's over in the corner riding Ray.
What else was he gonna do?
And he's waving to the security guy while he's doing it.
Chip, you were way too tall to ride, so I had to go to the next best thing.
Where did I run? Oh, Portsmouth is where I ran away from Port Dawn. I felt so bad.
Yes. Yeah.
Almost jumped off a bridge and stuff.
You guys still fun to watch me, and I just run away.
She was so nervous. The rest of us weren't.
No, you guys didn't care.
Yeah. We were doing karaoke, and she's like, I lost him. I'm like, I'll come back.
Every time she took a step or turned around for a second, I'd run 10 more feet and then stop.
We got lost in that graveyard for a while.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if lost, but I was drunk in a graveyard for a while.
Labyrinth. I didn't go in there.
Yes, that is true.
I appreciate it. Everyone takes care of everyone. That's the whole
point. It was
point.
Weekend at Bernie's more than Rockstar.
I think we always make that wise choice of booking a hotel room wherever we go.
Yeah.
Whenever I hear, we could just go for the day. No, that's never.
We're gonna live there for a little bit.
What the fuck was that?
Whose house had a motorcycle go by?
Me.
747.
Wow.
It was a motor.
Did anyone else hear those booms the other night?
No, I saw it in the paper though.
Oh,
I hear them every night.
Really?
It sounds like Jurassic Park outside my house, like 2 or 3 times a night.
You do have a brook.
I don't think that's it.
It's a bubbling brook.
Bubbling.
That's right. Justin posted a picture of aliens, and no lie, that's the first thing that came to my mind was, that's the signal.
Why would they make so much noise?
No, it was subtle, Jeff. It sounded like a cannon. It was just boom, and then 10 seconds later, boom.
And this happened off in the distance.
5 times. It was off in the distance, yes, but they were signaling other aliens that were off in the distance.
Yeah, the news said it was in Hopedale.
Oh.
Yeah, but
news said it was
this happened in the Blackstone area last year, and then Jeff and I did a story about Deerfield, Mass. 150 years ago. This was a phenomenon. So it's something that's been happening.
It happened twice in 150 years.
Absolutely, it's coming back.
No, you got to look around a little bit because in Hopedale they're tearing down the Draper Mill.
Right,
So
it's probably just the mill falling down.
3:30 in the morning? No, they were synchronized. It was nuts.
Listen, man, it was aliens. Deal with it.
Yeah, stop trying to debunk cool shit.
Always buy a pizza and put it in your hotel.
Yes, that is solid.
Jeff knows this.
This has turned into a travel trip.
It is solid advice.
Best thing you could ever do. You would thank yourself in 4 hours.
Pizza at 5 o'clock.
Best travel tip.
If you can learn anything from us, and specifically Jeff, it's have food stashed away for the end of the night.
You're always hungry. You're starving when you get
Do you remember Hampton Beach after Extreme?
Yes, that's
At 8
why
o'clock we were all starving and shit-faced and walking
we
around Hampton Beach.
We stole some from the one room over.
You guys made friends just for the pizza.
Oh, absolutely.
Jeff literally jumped over the whole balcony in Spider-Man and got us all food.
Ate their pizza and went to bed. It was amazing.
Do we have a sponsor for this part of the show?
Yeah, it's AA.
Apparently, it's Peloton.
We should have a sponsor.
Pizza.
I pulled a Stern the other day. I was talking about Peloton, and I said, "Oh, by the way, Peloton does not sponsor this show." And I'm like, "Who do I think I am?"
You were worried that they might contact somebody.
Yeah. So we didn't have any food in Portsmouth, and we had to get those hot dogs, and we waited in line for an hour, which was worth it. But Jeff was so mad that night, and
Jeff
then
was angry that night.
I was angry.
Hampton Beach. I don't know why we thought going in. That was the spring, wasn't it, Justin?
It was May.
Right, but it wasn't open. It wasn't open yet.
We were so mad we didn't pay for our drinks and made you pay for them.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. Maureen and Amber just walked out on their bill. They're like,
and me.
The rooftop deck. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was.
It's always fun.
I'm gonna go watch Falcon before I fall asleep.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't want to keep you guys from Falcon.
It's past your bedtime.
Don't forget about Winter Soldier, though. He's just as important.
It's easy to say Falcon.
It is easier to say Falcon.
Like Wanda, not WandaVision.
Extreme Show. Yeah, that's what we were talking about now. Was Hampton Beach. Yeah.
Did you just
That's
we
it.
got backstage there, man. We were backstage hanging out with Nuno.
Not all of us. Who didn't make it backstage?
Amber's raising her hand.
Oh,
a couple of us didn't. I think it was Maureen, me, and maybe Amber. I found one of those passes right outside the bathroom door. As I was coming out, and I gave it to Dawn because she really wanted to see him, and she got to stay.
See, that was weird because I had told Dawn, I'm like, you can go, and she's like, no, I would never. You going in, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then Jeff found the pass, and I'm like, oh, I'm so glad you got to get in.
I know. I'm like, I just took a crap, and this pass is right here.
Chivalry is not dead, folks.
But those
I got to meet Nuno though. That's all I care about.
Yeah, you were so happy. You don't see Justin light up as much as he did that night.
I don't smile much. I smiled that night. He's like,
I met him at Bad Marriage's show.
When I talked to him, I'm like, you played my girlfriend's favorite song. He's like, which one was it? I'm like, Play With Me. He's like, I've heard that before.
Oh, look at that. Jeff. All right, bye, everybody. Thank you for watching, everybody. Thanks. And next week, I don't know who I'm going to have on. Maybe I'll have Feldman on. That'd be fun.
Or Falcon.
I dare you. Feldman and the Winter Soldier.
Maybe the Winter Soldier.
Bye.
See ya.